we're literally just doing this first part here to like have a little disclaimer on the first episode because we had a completely different format. This is like October 1st, 2018 now. We started this like a month ago. And the first episode visually kind of fell apart and is not how we expected. So further episodes will look like this in this format, and this is what my layout looks like. But for now, in this first episode, it's probably just going to be our pictures and circles, and with no indication of who's talking. But for all of you know, for you guys, this picture's me, and this picture's little shit, and
that's me.
That's my boy. And I hope you guys enjoyed this first podcast of ours. It's going to be exciting. I think we did pretty good. I can't really remember the podcast because that was a while ago.
Yeah,
we're about to record. We're about to record the third episode right now. But yeah, go fucking watch that. It's going to come out every week at whatever day. Yeah.
Yeah, we're still figuring out like the upload schedule and such, but once we figure that out, we'll be A-okay.
Yeah, bye.
Bye. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first episode of Cross-Platform Podcasts. I'm your host, Connor, aka Joystick, and with me as always is my partner, Jake, aka Joltima.
Yo, it's me, Jake, and I fucking love trees.
He loves trees. Well, that's one thing you know about him.
Yeah, I really fucking like trees, and that's my whole character.
That's your entire character. You're just a tree hugger.
Yeah.
Alright, I can get behind that. Alright, so this is our first episode of our podcast we're going to be starting, and this is just going to be kind of an introduction episode, just so you can get to know us better, know us more as people. We already know Jake, apparently. He just loves trees. That's all you need to know about him. We're not going to talk about him at all this episode.
Yep. That's all you need to know about me. And while we already know who I am, who are you? Like, what the fuck is your deal? Like, if I like trees, do you like fire?
Wait. You're asking who am I? Am I not unique? Am I not here at all?
What the fuck are you talking about? Just who are you?
I was quoting "Wake Up, Get Up, Get Out There." It's like my favorite song for Persona 5.
I don't fucking care. Tell me. Who the fuck are you? Dude.
Okay.
Are you not unique?
My name's Connor.
I'm gonna throw my phone across the room.
I'm a 20-year-old from Florida. Jake is also from Florida, but we don't need to know about that because all we need to know is that he loves trees. That's it.
Which is why I moved to Colorado where there's less trees.
There's less or a lot of trees?
I don't fucking know. Probably less.
Do you ever go outside?
No.
Oh, well, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's not a big deal.
Did someone cue the sad music?
No, I can edit it in. I'm basically Barry, so.
Oh, okay. All right, so me and this kid Jake, we go back way back in the day since like diapers. Our moms were best friends, so we just instantly became best friends because it's just kind of had to happen because if we weren't best friends, something would have been seriously wrong.
It's the world would be out of a line, basically.
It really would be. Like,
we
honestly,
go like hand in hand and like peas in a pod, like
two penises in a pod.
No.
That's exactly what we are.
No, well, okay, maybe.
I mean, the peas come from trees, don't they?
Yeah.
So but you love trees.
Who fucking cares about our stupid friendship? I'm asking who you are. I know you're from Florida. I know you're 20, but what the fuck do you do besides podcasting, my dude?
I work at Publix as a stalker. I mean that's an okay job, you know, like any other job. It has its ups and downs. But honestly, like working at Publix, it really opens your eyes with like customer service and stuff like that. Like if you've never worked retail before, you're just like, oh, these people are taking forever. These people suck here. But it's like when you work in retail, you understand the struggle of when like you're down people or like when it's a really, really busy day, you truly understand like what those people are going through. And you're just like, you know what? I'm not going to give you a hard time. I know what you're going through. I love you. Like just keep doing what you're doing.
And that's funny because I'm kind of the opposite. I'm in a lot of food service with my career path, and I totally understand fucking McDonald's and Wendy's and shit. I give a lot more basically, it's the same concept. Like, you need to work these jobs at least once in your life to understand.
Honestly, like, you really do.
This kind of thing. I'm getting a really bad cramp in my foot.
You're getting foot cramps?
Unrelated. No, I'm not okay. Can we stop the podcast? It's over.
Way to just
End the
way to just
end the
derail
episode.
way to just derail the conversation.
But yeah, keep going. Sorry. I didn't mean to cut in there.
You're fine. You're fine. So yeah, why don't you tell us a little bit where you work, Jake?
I work at the Denver Milk Market. By the way, hi, my name is Jake. I'm going to be 19 in 2 weeks.
Oh,
Don't
really?
laugh at me.
Really? I totally forgot when your birthday was.
Yeah, it's the 19th, my guy. It's in a week and 2 weeks and a day.
There you go.
I almost said a week and 2 days, but I was born and raised in Florida. I moved to Colorado. I'm an aspiring voice actor. I'm going to college for game design, and I'm currently a line cook at the Denver Milk Market, which is it's a pretty cool place. It's like it's a place that opened up in downtown Denver a couple months ago, and it's like 15 different establishments or different food places in one big building that's all made by Frank Bonato, who's a fucking genius. He has like so many different restaurants in downtown Denver. It's kind of crazy.
That's nuts,
and this
dude.
is like his magnum opus, and I'm kind of glad to be part of the project, and also kind of seeing how a lot of the things he wanted to do with it is kind of falling flat. But it's fun to be a part of the ride, you know.
Yeah, like that's
That's
really
not
awesome.
really me though. I'm more of just game design, voice acting. I like to entertain. I love doing YouTube. I have my own YouTube channel known for my fucking Hollow Knight video that I'm. Yeah, it's like lemonade on a hot summer day. I know, Connor, and yeah, that's who I am. I like to entertain.
Just throw in that hashtag humble brag right there.
And I'm a fucking love trees.
Fucking love trees. Just throwing in that hashtag humble brag right there. No big deal.
Yeah, no, it doesn't even matter, dude. You don't even know. You know, in Colorado, here's the thing about Colorado. Since weed is illegal here, is legal. Sorry. Excuse me. Sorry.
Gross.
Edit that out. Me. The thing about Colorado
are you
is
high
that
right now?
since-
Is that why you just got
since
sidetracked?
it's legal. Okay, look, I'm saying that in Colorado, since weed is legal here, I don't smoke, but it's practically in the air, so I'm always high. Actually, that's just kind of me in general. But
High on your own supply.
basically, my favorite compliment I've ever gotten from a friend is "You're drunk when you're sober," and I've never had a singular drink in my life.
A singular drink.
Alcoholic breakfast? Yeah, sure. Look,
You've never had an alcoholic sippy in your life.
can I start my introduction over? This isn't me.
No.
Which is why we're gonna move on, or we're not. What are we gonna talk about?
Okay, so I guess that's we've done enough with the just basic introductions and
I think we can keep going with it.
Oh, you want to keep talking?
Yeah, I'm fucking cool with introductions. But I don't want to steal the show because I have so many different things I have to talk about myself.
Dude, I obviously can add on to that. Like, it's not your show. It's called crossplay gaming.
It's called cross-platform, but okay.
Cross-platform podcasts with your host Connor, aka Joystick, and my
Joystick.
best friend,
I still love the fucking name Joystick.
Jake
It's the
with his
funniest thing.
Joltima.
The only reason I picked Joltima was because that's just my online persona, my name that I've been using since I was like 16.
I'll say, didn't you used to use that for like kick RPs? You were like Jake, like fucking Jake Scout from like fucking TF2.
No, look, okay, so here's the origin of my name. So on iFunny, people used to use that.
I still use it.
Yeah. So I was ultimately
Just the dead silence.
So I think I started as TF2 Scout or something like that, and I switched to Ultima Scout for a while, and that was my thing when I was like 14. And I would use that name on YouTube and on iFunny back when it was cool to be on iFunny, you know. And I started to not like the name as I got older, more mature. I'm like, this is kind of stupid. It's not really unique at all. I like the word Ultima because Kingdom Hearts, the Ultima weapon. I just kind of liked the
Hype for Kingdom Hearts 3, by the way.
sound of the name. Oh, fucking Kingdom Hearts 3, dude. We have to talk about video games on another topic. Did we? Is that on today's list? Shit.
No, it is not. But I guess we could tie that into childhood because this is the first. That's part of the first thing.
Well, yeah. Well, we'll probably talk about introductions for a bit because it's a pretty big part of who we are.
Understand.
But what was I just fucking saying? Right. So I was talking with my friend about like Ultima Scout. It's kind of lame. Kind of want to try a new name. And he's like, how about Joltima? It's literally just Ultima with a J put at the beginning because my name is Jake. Like, you know what? That's a good idea. And I've stuck with it ever since. I remember old me putting on a really stupid voice in YouTube videos. They're all private now. You can't watch them. You're not allowed. Get out.
It's really funny. You should watch it if you ever want to.
You can't watch my old videos because they're cringy. She's nodding her head. Okay, my girlfriend's back in my room right now. But
no, I said I have.
You have? No, don't. Stop watching them. I don't. How did you find those? I used to make a really stupid voice and have like a really silly persona in a very stupid way. Like, hey guys, it's me. That's actually how I used to talk. You see, and I kind of just melded into who I am today. A much more relaxed person that totally isn't a fucking idiot.
He's much more tolerable now. Take my word for it.
Oh yeah, that's cool. Thank you, man. I mean, I used to be. Never mind. I'll tell you later.
Okay, so tying back in a little bit with Kingdom Hearts, like, because we were talking about that. Dude, Kingdom Hearts was probably one of my favorite games to play as a child, just because it was like, it was Disney mixed with Final Fantasy, which I didn't fully understand yet, but still, it was like you got to beat up, you got to smash the darkness with your light and your friendship, and it was just like it was a nice time for kids.
I remember when I was like 2 years old, or not two, but I was a toddler.
You couldn't pick up a controller at 2. What are you doing?
Well, the thing was, my dad used to play video games, and that was what engaged me in gaming. Because I saw him, I'm like, that's really cool. I want to do that. And I remember we had Kingdom Hearts. We did the first one. Mm-hmm. But the disc was so scratchy and fucked up that we could not like get it to work. It would take all day putting it into the PS2 over and over to get it to run once. And I would never get out of Traverse Town. Actually, I don't even think I got out of Destiny Islands. I think my dad got to Traverse Town and stopped.
Wow.
Which is where I saw it. Like, because he got stuck too. He didn't really have a large attention span for gaming.
Can we talk about Traverse Town, by the way? Like when we were kids, that was so confusing to get through because you'd have to go through like specific doors to activate stuff in like a specific order.
That's why I got stuck in there for a bit. Because it was like fucking...
you ran around and like you couldn't figure out what to do, and then you went into the store and then you left, and all of a sudden this guy with like a gun sword just comes out and it's like, hey, give me your money. And I'm like, no, I don't want to.
Give me your money, kid.
I'm like, I don't want to.
Dumb.
And it didn't matter if you won or lost, but it felt good when those rare opportunities when you beat the shit out of him and actually won.
I remember beating him and feeling so good about it, like when I came back to the game when I was older.
I think all you got was like a tent from it. Like it wasn't even anything good. You got,
I think you did actually just get a tent and that was it. Like fucking bravo, dude.
Like it wasn't anything
those aren't
good.
the claps to sync up, by the way. Just thought I'd let myself know post.
That was an inside joke for the editors of this video, aka just Jake, since he's doing basically all of the work.
Well, I mean, I'm basically Barry, like I said, but you're the host and you're the person pretty much formulating the ideas and everything.
I was gonna say it's really bad that you have to like really think about what I do here because that means I basically don't do anything.
You're the conceptualizer, my dude. You run the shit. You tell me when to get on, and I'm like, okay. That's pretty important.
I mean, I guess, but I remember like I played Kingdom Hearts 1 through like, I think I got to. I didn't get very far in the game. I think I got stuck in the Tarzan world, and then I said, all right, screw it. I'm just going to go and play the second game because I'm done with the first game.
Oh, yeah, because you'll totally understand the second one after the first one. You won't even understand it after the first one.
And then they started playing flashbacks of the first one. I'm like, oh, I probably really should go back and play the first one.
Yeah, it's really important.
I eventually buckled down and beat it, but I remember that boss battle. Actually, no. Before we talk about the boss battle,
there's no way you're taking Kyrie's heart.
In the original Kingdom Hearts 1, the battle with Riku, when he was fused with Xemnas. Oh my god. It was such a difficult battle, and the cutscenes weren't skippable.
And it was like a 2-minute cutscene.
It was a 2-minute cutscene, and you knew exactly what was going to happen. Sora was about to die, and then he throws up his weapon, and he's like, "There's no way I'm letting you take."
He throws up his weapon.
There's no way I'm letting you take Kyrie's heart. And you got so pumped the first time you heard that, but after try 37, you're like, "Okay, let me just try so I can die again."
Okay, counterpoint, let me disprove you. I remember clearly after beating the boss, we went in your pool and we're like quoting it. And we were like, it was so badass at the time. We were using fucking foam sticks.
We were
like
so cringy.
The foam
as
tubes. We were like the spaghetti noodles. You remember that?
Pool noodles.
The pool noodles, yeah.
Those things are always fun to like just slam as hard as you can on the pool because it makes like a cracking sound. So satisfying.
Going back to Kingdom Hearts 2 for a second,
yeah, go ahead.
And the fact that no one understands. For the people who don't know much about Kingdom Hearts, don't play Kingdom Hearts 3 without playing all the other ones. It's super easy to access all of the story in game right now. You get the 1.5 plus 2.5 remix HD on the PS4, and I think it's Xbox One too.
I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think I know for sure Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming out.
Is on Xbox One.
Xbox One and PS4. I'm not sure
about
the whole
games. But it has
games.
almost every Kingdom Hearts game and everything you need to know with the full experience, pretty much.
Fair warning, half of them are literally movies.
Half of them are movies, but the best, bless you, honey. Half of them are like the half of them that are games are the good ones.
Oh
so
yeah,
you
like
don't have to worry about that. The other ones that are movies that are like the DS
Kingdom Hearts
games.
1 and 2.
But for those of you who don't know, Kingdom Hearts is a very convoluted story, and even if you play the first one, you cannot go straight to the second one without not knowing what the fuck is going on.
Yeah, I think
you can play like three other mini versions.
Yeah, I think it's Chain of Memories is next.
Chain of Memories is next, and I think that's the only one that came between Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2.
Yeah.
But it was very important to know. I still haven't played through it, actually, but I kind of figured it out by context clues.
I remember I played through some of it on the Game Boy, and that was actually a pretty fun game to play, because I like the concept of it. Like, you had to build your own deck, and then like you could go through certain doors, and like certain cards had effects when you open those doors. Like one would just completely remove all the Heartless from that one, or like the other one would just make more treasure chests and stuff like that. Or it was really cool.
Yeah, I really liked the concept, but the PS2 port is it just kind of bored me.
Yeah.
The Game Boy one looks like it has really solid sprite work.
It really does. I loved the Game Boy version.
I need to try the Game Boy version over the PS2 one, because it's kind of distant. Like the card aesthetic with the engine of Kingdom Hearts 1 is just kind of weird.
Yeah.
But regardless, what the fuck were we talking about? We just kind of like derailed the Kingdom Hearts.
We were just talking about like
I remember
and stuff like that.
I remember very clearly coming to your house one time and you were playing Kingdom Hearts 2, and I'm like, holy shit, this is the coolest thing ever.
I know.
And
go ahead.
It was so hard to find at the time, Kingdom Hearts 2, and you were playing it and you were having such a good time, and it looked so cool. And I played the first one back then, and I really wanted to find the second one. And we found Chain of Memories at Walmart, and I begged my mom to get it because I thought it was the second one. And when I put it into the PS2, I was so fucking confused. I'm like, when is the cool stuff gonna happen? And then a couple years later, my cousin, when they were living with us at the time, because my aunt had some rough times going on, so they lived with us for a bit. My cousin got Kingdom Hearts 2, and I basically just nabbed it and played it until the end. Like, I feel kind of bad about that, but I got to play Kingdom Hearts 2, so it was pretty good.
And Kingdom Hearts 2 just built on like Kingdom Hearts 1 with like the mechanics and stuff like that. Like you had like drive forms, like you could fuse with Goofy and you'd have like 2 Keyblades, and that was like a really badass thing.
Goofy and make like a really creepy amalgamation of Sora and
All right,
Goofy.
listen, we're not talking about your OCs right now. We're talking about Kingdom Hearts.
Sophie.
Do not bring fucking DeviantArt into this.
All right, but
and then
I remember also getting wondering where the Roxas fight was.
Oh my
because
god!
I saw it on YouTube and I thought it was the coolest thing ever. So I was waiting for it for the longest time, and when it finally came, it was just a cutscene, and I was really confused about it. And so I saw the guy was level 42, and I'm like, okay, I have to level myself up I have to be a certain level to fight this boss. So I grinded and came back, and it was still a cutscene. And I got really confused about it for a very long time. And I figured out that every installment of Kingdom Hearts has a final mix version, which has extra bosses and more stuff. It's like Pokemon Platinum to Pokemon Diamond and Pearl.
Yeah, basically.
Like it's bullshit. And it was a Japan only release, so I was really mad about that. It took me about a decade to actually fight Roxas, and then I got really mad and almost broke a controller over it.
Also, quick thing, going off of Japan only releases, when are we going to get Persona 5 Dancing Star Night for America?
I mean, it's going to be around January, right?
Oh, did they say January?
It was somewhere around next year, which just kind of boggles me because I'm guessing dubbing and getting the English version out takes a good amount of time, but I wish they coordinated it well, because the English version was supposed to come out with the Japanese version, but it just didn't happen that way. I don't really know what happened there.
I don't know either. Was there anything else you wanted to add on to the Kingdom Hearts thing?
It's good.
All right. Yeah, it's a very, very good game. All right, so our next topic, just kind of going off of the tangent of just being this more like an episode where you just kind of learn more about us, stuff that we like. Favorite shows growing up as a kid. If like how early do you want to start? Do you want to start more like youngins or like teenagers now?
I don't
like,
know. I'm kind of thinking more like more just nowadays, like what our favorite shows are, and what affected us as a kid. Because if you ask me what my favorite shows were when I was a kid, I'd probably just say SpongeBob.
True. Okay, let's start.
iCarly.
Let's start with a show. Let's start with a show that I know you've been watching recently. Avatar: The Last Airbender. No. Stop saying.
No, Avatar. I'm currently watching it right now, and I really fucking love it because I never watched it as a kid. I don't know why. It just wasn't on Nickelodeon very, very often.
I think that was more of like a like not quite Teen Nick, but like diverging into that, because I remember like back in the days when it was like Nick, and then it was Teen Nick, and then it was like Nick at Night or something like that.
Yeah, Nick at Night, where they played George Lopez, the same episode on repeat for 9 hours until...
It wasn't just George Lopez. They played other great shows. Please pay us, Nick. We need money.
Yeah.
Other great shows such as Full House, Friends.
More like Empty House.
All right,
more like No Friends.
Just because everybody's grown up doesn't mean that they've left the house. There's a show.
All right, look.
On
so
Netflix,
Avatar: The Last Airbender is a
on
pretty
Netflix
good
there is Fuller House. They are back in the house. It's not empty anymore. Your argument is invalid. Please continue.
So Avatar's pretty good. But yeah, I never watched it as a kid because I thought it was too mature, too serious. I don't know. I just think it wasn't on a lot whenever I went to watch a show, and I was pretty restricted on my tastes in shows when I was a kid, just like I was with food or games and such. But I'm currently watching it right now, and even at 18, almost 19, I really fucking like the show. I think the fight scenes are spectacular. The character writing is amazing. I really like. It's not Zuko. It's Scarman.
Scarman is Zuko.
Is it?
Yes.
Wait.
He has this scar over his eye because his dad gave it to him because he was like dishonoring in battle or something like that, or he gave up in a fight.
Yeah, because he refused to fight.
Yeah, that's what it was.
No, I really like his character. I think he's I think he's a really in-depth and likable villain. Aang can be a little bit of a fucking annoyance sometimes, but he's developing. I really like what am I trying to say here? Really like, fuck, I just killed my desk in real life.
Rip his desk.
Yeah, can we get
some
leave a comment if you're gonna miss my desk.
Comment
and make sure to join our Discard giveaway.
Comment F to pay respects.
Yeah. I really like how Sokka develops as a character. I like how relevant and like obvious it is that he's developing, but not in such a way where it's unnatural. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, that's very cool. All right, let me just say my favorite Sokka moment of all time, and I know a lot of you are going to agree with me on this, was when they were in the desert and he drank cactus juice and he got high off of it.
He got high off of it? I haven't watched that yet.
Oh my god, you haven't watched? Oh my god, that is the...
Well, I mean, I've heard the cactus juice. It's the quenchiest
Yes,
joke from you and Emma constantly.
I don't know if he got high off of it or it wasn't the right kind of water to drink, but he was tripping the entire time, and it is the funniest thing. It's still funny to this day.
That's pretty funny. I remember when Sokka got a cold and he was getting high off the fever. I think he gets high off a lot of things. Maybe he's just a stoner.
Sokka the stoner, confirmed.
Yeah, basically. But my favorite thing about it is the fight scenes and how they use the environment and how satisfyingly flowy the bending is and how natural it all feels. It feels like a living, breathing world, and I really enjoyed the show so far.
They did an absolutely fantastic job on like the artwork and everything for that show.
A more recent show for kids that I shouldn't watch because I'm an adult, and that stuff, you shouldn't watch it because you're an adult. What the fuck are you doing? Steven Universe is a wormhole that I will never be able to get out of until the show is over. And I feel like it's starting to draw to its conclusion.
But yeah, I haven't watched as much as him, but I can 100% vouch that Steven Universe, like, I've loved everything about it. It's a charming show that does have its moments of like very, very serious topics, especially recently.
Yeah.
But it's like the artwork, the art style of it is fantastic. Like I love how it's charming. The soundtrack, I'm going to talk more about that because that's our next topic. But holy crap!
Hey, spoilers!
They drop bangers every episode.
I do think there are some really good tracks on Steven Universe and some very memorable ones. The biggest thing, if you ever want to get into Steven Universe, do not start with the first 24 episodes. Just don't do it. It's a really bad first impression on the show and does not define the show. It's a terrible first impression, and I completely lost where I was going with that. It's trying to find its identity in the first season, and just the characters are really unlikable. I know they develop, and that's kind of the point of Steven Universe. Like, a lot of character development happens and characters get better, but Steven is a shithead in the beginning, and
oh my god, yes.
I'm really annoying. Like, yeah, he's a kid, but do you want to hang out with a kid? Do you want to watch a kid do stupid shit for 30 minutes? Actually, I think the episodes are 15. Besides the point, I would start around episode 25. I would recommend the Lapis arc to start with. It's a really good place to start. It's right when the show starts to pick up speed, and in general, the show starts to get better.
Yeah. Going off on that tangent for kids doing stupid shit, can we just talk about the misadventures of Flapjack for a little while?
Oh, Flapjack? Fuck yeah, dude. I love Flapjack. Flapjack and Chowder were both amazing shows.
God. I recently saw an episode, and it was the one where they introduced movies, like, to the people of Stormalong.
Stormalong,
yeah,
right.
They introduced them to movies, and that was the most fascinating thing they've ever seen. And the guy was like recording Flapjack doing it, and like Knuckles comes out of it, and Flapjack's like, Knuckles, you alright? And his eyes are almost like pure white. Like, that show had some creepy moments, especially with like the kid where he's like, let's play like the pee your pants game, and he like peed his pants and he like Flapjack won. He's like, you need to grow up. The kid responds in a deep grown man voice, grow up, I'm 38 years old. And then he opens his mouth and he's got like 5 teeth. It was like the creepiest thing.
That show was kind of scarring, but that's beside the point. I mean, Chowder was also kind of scarring, but not in the same way and not as often.
I was gonna say, like, what moments were scarring?
I think they were both very, very similar aesthetic in moments. Like, they were both just really wacky shows.
Like,
I remember the like 3D model of like the pig mutant thing at the end of one of the episodes freaked me out as a kid, but it was so funny.
I'm trying to remember what episode that was from. I think it was like, I can't remember. But
she's rubbing my hands with lotion right now. Can we take a break?
It's
too much.
It's a pig.
What the fuck are you
It's a. God damn it!
What color do you want your nails today, sir?
Oh my god.
Excuse me. I'm in the middle of a show here.
Oh my god.
Doing an audio recording. Yeah. Can we start the podcast over?
We're not going to start the podcast.
No. Okay. Go on. What were you saying?
Okay. But I was saying that, like, what moments were? Oh, I should know. The pig model.
The
pig was the most out of place and funniest thing because he just shows up at the end of the episode, like doing this little dance. And it's just like boom chaka chaka baka boom chaka chaka.
I thought it was hilarious, but it also scared me when I was that age.
It was 100% one of the funnier things that I've seen on Cartoon Network.
Yeah. And then Adventure Time is pretty good. I like Adventure Time.
All right, Adventure Time.
I haven't watched it in a while, but
I have very mixed feelings about Adventure Time because
it depends on the episode, honestly.
in the beginning I loved what they were doing because it was Finn and Jake going on their goofy adventures, having amazing times. They kind of intertwined the Princess Bubblegum and Finn love arc into it slightly, even though it was very apparent that Princess Bubblegum didn't feel the same way. So Finn's like, just it's kind of a one-way feeling kind of thing. And then
and then it kind of became a romance show.
Yeah, and then the Flame Princess arc came in, and then that just basically defined the show. It was Finn trying to basically find a girlfriend and failing multiple times. I haven't watched the more recent episodes, so you can call me out on this if Finn does end up with somebody and I don't know.
I've heard that the show picks up again.
Okay, that's good. I'll definitely have to rewatch it.
Like,
but the last thing I remember
I need to catch up on it too.
Yeah.
Like,
the last thing I remember was that he was still trying to get over Flame Princess, and then the episode with Marceline and Ice King was like, it was so depressing.
God, that episode was heartbreaking.
Oh my god.
But it was like, I think it was like the best episode that I watched.
Yeah,
because everything.
Because in the flashback, he was wearing the crown after the Candy War to protect Marceline, knowing full well that it was going to make him go fully insane.
Yeah. Ice King is a very tragic villain in the weirdest way because you don't really expect it.
I know, he just, at the first glance, he looks like he's a guy who's literally just trying to steal princesses and just find a bride for whatever reason.
A lot of the best episodes from Adventure Time are storyboarded by Rebecca Sugar, who is the creator of Steven Universe.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. Rebecca Sugar does, or works with Adventure Time as well.
That is awesome. And also, segueing a little bit to a more recent show we're watching, the voice actor for Finn is also the voice actor for a character called Lance on Voltron. Let me tell you something.
I'm just gonna cut out me saying Voltron so you can actually have your build up there.
That's fine. That's
like
fine.
You had a good transition going, I just kind of. I'm not gonna cut it out.
We're both very excited about this show. Like Voltron,
I like it. And when's the second season coming out? On the 9th?
The 7th season? That comes out August 10th.
August 10th. A day after Summer Games on Overwatch. We're talking about Overwatch at some point in this podcast because I have very strong feelings about it.
Yeah, and you can bet your bottom dollar that I know it's going to be dropping at 3 a.m. on Netflix, and I'm going to be binging the season until from 3 a.m. on.
Okay, counterpoint. You're fucking stupid.
Why am I stupid? I did it for the last season.
Binging is just... Well, I mean, binging is fine, but binging at 3 a.m., it's staying up all night. It's just counterproductive. I don't know.
I don't have work the next
you
day.
do you, man.
I can literally sleep through the day. Don't even worry about it.
I mean, you can, but should you?
Yes.
Would it not be just more beneficial to sleep in for like four more hours, wake up at like 7 in the morning and binge it all in the morning?
I'm not going to
still have the rest of your day.
I'm not going to be able to sleep, friendo. I'm going to be too excited to see what happens when they... Oh, actually, I probably shouldn't spoil this for anybody who wants to watch the show. But anyways, I'm gonna give you a basic.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give you a basic.
Voltron
overview.
is really good. Don't even really explain much about it. Just the characters are really likable. The aesthetic is really nice, even though you can kind of tell it's meant for kids at some points, but also at the same time it can go into very serious topics and has a lot of character depth. And yeah, highly recommended.
And also, an awesome point is that they have the same art. They have the same artists from Avatar: The Last Airbender doing the art for that show.
Do they actually?
Yes,
Shit.
They do.
I didn't know that.
It is the same.
And that's
artists.
that's probably why I found it familiar. Like I found Avatar: Last Airbender's.
Dude, why do you
art familiar?
Why do you think that I look at the show and I think, yeah, Lance is pretty much Sokka?
I was saying that the whole time when we started watching Avatar. I'm like, they had to have taken Sokka as inspiration for Lance.
If I'm not mistaken, they're actually like the same artists.
Like it's confirmed.
I believe so.
That's really cool because I can definitely see parallels between their character. I kind of get them mixed up in my head a lot of the time. Yeah. I just think of Sokka and I'm like, oh, Lance. You silly buckaroo. Wait.
Well, my apologies. It's new Voltron cartoon on Netflix is being headed up by Legend of Korra alums. But yeah, basically.
Legend of Korra.
But Legend of Korra, Avatar, it's same thing. But yeah, a little bit more of a segue. Jake and I actually went to a SuperCon that was down here in Fort Lauderdale, and we actually got to meet the voice actors for 3 characters on the show.
I mean, you got to meet 3. I'm so mad I didn't get to meet Bex.
Okay, yeah. So
and I'm heartbroken.
Shiro is voiced by a guy named Josh Keaton. He also did Amazing Spider-Man on Disney XD, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think he was Spider-Man, right?
He was Spider-Man in one of the shows. I don't remember what it was.
He was Spider-Man.
Yeah. Kimberly Brooks, who actually also does the voice for Jasper on Steven Universe.
On Steven Universe, yeah, and Jasper is like one of my favorite characters.
So that was a really cool thing. And then Bex does the voice for Pidge on Voltron, and I think honestly, her and Jeremy Shada, who does Finn and Lance, they're probably the fan favorites of like the show. I would honestly have to say.
Pidge is fucking amazing. She's like my favorite out of all the paladins. I know your favorite is Hunk, and Hunk is definitely up there, but I do love Pidge.
Oh yeah, Pidge is
a lot.
sassy genius. Gotta love her.
And a girl.
Oh yeah, probably. I mean, slight spoiler, but whatever. You'll find.
Hey, does this mean we're gay for each other? Since you like Hunk so much and I like Pidge.
Dude,
and,
shut up.
And you identify with Hunk and I identify with Pidge. Therefore, we must fuck.
Listen, man, I'm fully aware that ship is not going to sail anytime soon.
You're right. We can't fuck until it becomes canon.
Oh my god.
And you know it will, because apparently, if Shiro is gay, then anything can happen.
Very, very true. I mean, that's not really a spoiler. That's just kind of defines his character. All right.
Yeah.
We're going to stop talking before we basically ruin the entire show. Actually, no, one more thing I want to say. Stephen Young does the voice for Keith, and he is also Glenn on The Walking Dead, if any of you have watched that. And that is...
Oh, is that true?
Yes, and that is...
I haven't watched Walking Dead, but I think I know who Glenn is. That's pretty cool.
That is the greatest crossover I have ever seen. All right, that's...
My favorite is still Keith versus... or Lance versus Finn. Like, the same voice actor.
True.
I'm like, he is a really good voice actor when he isn't purposefully screaming radical.
That was a glow up if I've ever seen one.
Like, I was so happy. I'm like, dude, this guy's actually really, really good. He kind of like has to keep this high-pitched, goofy voice for Finn up.
Yeah.
But when he's playing Lance, he can be a lot more free with his voice, and I like that.
Honestly, that was like... Growing up, like, Adventure Time was like... I like kind of like how it paralleled with my life, because when I was a kid, I loved Adventure Time growing up, and now I love Voltron, and that's kind of like continuing my story with, Jeremy Shada and his like voice acting, which I think is pretty cool.
Also, before we move on, I also wanted to say I brushed over slightly that I'm an aspiring voice actor, and I am a huge geek for voice acting stuff and all that. So I always look at voice actors critically and try to see what they do right, what they do wrong. As much as I like Kimberly Brooks, at first I thought her British accent was really forced and annoying, but it's gotten better. Like ever since Alora's become more of a relevant character in the show.
Maybe that's why it sounded forced, because you didn't hear from her a lot in the beginning, and then it was like once she became... And
she was kind of an ass in the beginning too. Like I just didn't really like Alora at the beginning.
Yeah, you are 100% right on that one, my friend. She was kind of a
bitch.
Yeah.
But her whole race was killed.
Okay,
and then she came out.
We're spoiling this and Star Wars at this point.
Episode 1 spoilers.
We're spoiling this and Star Wars at this point.
Episode 1, you fucking. All right, so. But yeah, I'm a huge geek with voice acting. Yeah. Whatever. What were you gonna say?
I was basically just gonna segue into a couple more shows. Like going off with Adventure Time, another show that was running at that same time was Regular Show. Which
Regular Show.
I don't know how much you enjoyed that show, but I genuinely enjoyed it because it was all the wacky things that were going on in the park with Mordecai and Rigby, and how they tied in a lot of 80s music to the show. Like, I liked it. It had a pretty good aesthetic to it.
Yeah, I did enjoy it. I remember me and my mom watching it a lot. It was a show me and my mom watched together.
Oh, that's sweet.
And we never watched it to the end. We never saw the finale. We tried to find it, and we couldn't. I know it's sad, and I know what happens, but...
It's pretty sad.
And at the same time, I have mixed feelings about it, just because of like the general feedback of it being kind of loud and cringy and like wacky, kind of like Adventure Time.
Yeah,
but
I mean, maybe that's why I
still enjoyed the show. I remember liking it a lot, and with some dull episodes, obviously. But what show doesn't have those?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I think that's probably why I liked it so much. Like growing up, is because I was kind of like that's kind of how you and me were when we grew up. We were like loud and cringy.
Yeah. Well, there you go. That's probably why we liked it, because we were white boys, as you call them. Excuse me, my voice just cracked. Can we start the whole podcast over, please?
Is this going to be a running joke? You're just going to ask to restart the podcast every time?
Yes. Yeah, well, no. I'm not going to say it's a running joke because it's a running joke.
Okay. All right. Was there really anything else for like shows that we wanted to segue to?
Let me think for a second here, because I do have some shows. Me and Emma started watching Supernatural. We binged all of season 1. I don't usually binge, but we binged all of season 1.
I haven't watched too much of it, but what I have watched is it's pretty good. I like it.
Stranger Things is pretty good, and we haven't watched season 2 yet because I keep holding it off because I'm an asshole. Did you just say? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I heard that through my earbuds.
Oh my god!
And I'll hear it later again. I'll remember this.
I heard it too. Don't worry.
And me and Emma watched all of the anime Erased a couple days ago, or was that like a week ago? I loved that show. Like it was short, it was sweet. All the characters were really awesome. Have you watched it?
I have not actually.
You should.
Okay.
It's really depressing, but it's really good, and I enjoyed it a lot. It had a really cool concept. It's basically a guy that can go slightly back in time to avoid disaster, and to avoid this chain of murders, he goes back in time all the way to elementary school, where he has to fix a problem from like way back in his past.
Are you serious?
And it's really cool because he tries to make a friend with somebody that he neglected and got murdered later on.
Wow.
And it's a really deep and serious show, and there's a lot of like time travel and crazy stuff happening. And in the end, it's just the highlights of the show is when everyone's happy, even though you know it's bittersweet because they're not going to be soon enough.
Oh.
But yeah, it's a good show. I totally recommend it. Anime is pretty neat. If you couldn't tell, we went to SuperCon, so
yeah. One smaller anime.
Just glazing over. I was just gonna glaze over some of my animes I've watched and my thoughts on them. Yeah. But you can go first.
Yeah, one smaller anime that I've watched that our friend Jess actually introduced me to is called Devil is a Part-Timer. And honestly, I didn't know how I was gonna feel about that. And then I watched it, and I did really enjoy it. Like it's charming.
Isn't that the anime with Kana?
I don't think so, but
the Dragon Loli?
No, that is not.
Okay.
No, but there is a Loli in her. I think her name's Chiho, I believe her name is, and she's friggin' adorable in the show.
I think I've heard of Devil as a Part-Timer, but I don't know what it's about or anything.
Basically, it starts off with this like epic clash in like another dimension between heaven and hell. Whoa. Just like fighting and all this stuff. They get sent to a wormhole to like downtown Japan. They don't have their powers, so they basically have to make a living and like survive until they can find a way back to their dimension. So he gets a part-time job at the Japan equivalent of McDonald's because they don't have licensing to say McDonald's in the thing. And it's him. Yeah. It's him and his. I want to say. In
Toradora, it's called Mickey D's.
That's so cute.
And I remember what was the Starbucks called in Toradora? Do you remember? Emma's thinking about it. I'm not asking you, Connor. Sorry.
That's okay.
Sorry to clarify.
Right, while she thinks about that, I'll continue.
I just remember them saying like they're in the star whatever, and
no, it was like Stolbucks or something.
Yeah, it was something very blatant and obvious like that, and they're sitting in there, and Tamaki just kind of said, or what the fuck was his name? I don't remember. He just says, "Why hasn't this place been sued yet?" I love Toradora, but finish and I'll list off the animes I've watched.
So yeah, like he gets the part-time job at the Japan equivalent of McDonald's. If I'm sure they have McDonald's over there, but like I said, licensing issues, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And he's working with this younger girl named Chiho. She's so adorable in the show. Like she tries her best to like impress him and like just do her best working and stuff like that. And he's there with his
the classic loli. Yeah.
I want to say butler, but it's more of like an assistant, like a right-hand man almost. And he does not blend in with Tokyo at all. Like he is.
Yeah. He's the devil or whatever.
Yeah. No, like not he's not the devil. He's like the assistant to the devil. He's just like he's so
devil's advocate. Literally.
Yeah, he's pretty much the devil's advocate. And I'm trying to remember. There was this one food that they constantly ate during the show, and I can't remember what it was. It was either like, I think it was like asparagus or zucchini, but he made like everything with it. Like that was like the best food he's ever eaten.
Oh my god.
And then they basically, later in the show, they run into one of like Satan's co-rulers that wants to basically take over the throne, Lucifer. I'm not gonna get
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get too much into his character. I'm just gonna tell you guys, Lucifer is 100% relatable in that show.
Oh my god.
You can
I
can
mean,
relate
with a
to
name
him.
like Lucifer.
You can relate to him to a T when you see his character. It's amazing. But go ahead, start off with what animes you've watched, and I'll
Okay,
let
so
you know.
when it comes to anime, I'm just gonna quickly go over everything I've watched.
Okay.
Sword Art Online was my first anime when I was like 14.
I love Ready Player One.
Actually, no, shut up. Actually, no. Some like random friend back in my kick days, told me to watch this one show. I can't remember the name of it, but it was like an all girl school. It was a very girl show. It's very obviously like an all girl, very It was like a high school kind of thing, but
Oh, was it Love Live?
it might have been. It kind of had like a strawberry aesthetic to the logo. I don't know, but it was kind of like a dime a dozen kind of deal with the anime, and I kind of got bored of it really fast.
Yeah.
So, Sword Art Online was my first one I actually got invested in, and it's still a guilty pleasure to this day, even though I can definitely see where it went wrong. I remember specifically Sinon was my waifu. Like that was just the character.
When you're done, I'll
that
go back to my first anime when you're done, because I gotta get into mine.
And my audio playback's lagging. Give me a second here. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, mine just lagged for a second too, but I'm okay now.
Is it picking up okay? Like, what the hell's happening here? I hope it doesn't like crash or anything. Okay, we're good. We're back.
Okay.
All right, so I don't know what happened there.
We'll just cut this whole part out. So go ahead, continue.
So Sword Art Online was a guilty pleasure, and Sinon was like my waifu. I remember really liking that character. If I ever had one,
Okay.
If I ever had to have a waifu, but it wasn't like to the concerning point of obsession. I just kind of was like, she's cute, and I relate to her.
So no body pillows.
Yeah, and I remember blatantly the first shot she got was a button bad shot, like the wombo combo.
Oh my god.
So that's how you know you got a good character on your hands. Then I watched No Game No Life. That was the second anime that I actually finished, which was really good minus the incest. Moving on from that, I remember trying to watch Log Horizon and getting bored of it really fast because of it had a really interesting concept and aesthetics, but it got really boring and really fast, and it lost speed for me.
Okay.
Toradora, I tried to start watching because my friend said he reminded me of the protagonist, which is kind of funny because my girlfriend says that she's the protagonist and I'm Taiga.
Okay.
But we're as I said, we're rewatching it now, and we're about halfway through. I remember watching the first 6 episodes in like sophomore year of high school, and I loved it, and I just never got back to it.
Okay.
I remember movie-wise, I watched Summer Wars, which I think is an incredible movie. Wolf Children, which was also an incredible movie minus the furries. The furry thing was fine. It was just the fact that it was weird in the beginning.
Okay.
It immediately made me feel weird about the show, that there was some bestiality going on.
Yeah,
with the werewolf.
I can see how you
werewolf
like
and wife, but the whole movie was really cute.
Okay.
Besides like the furry fucking in the beginning.
So the two things you just read to me or two of the things that stuck out to me were one show was good minus the incest, and this one was good minus the bestiality. Moving on.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean that's anime.
Of course. No limits.
I remember watching The Girl Who Leapt Through Time, which I actually don't remember anything about that movie, so I don't know how to feel about that. She leapt through time. She ran into walls to go through time.
What is this?
And she did so much that she ran out of time go backs. She didn't realize she had a limit.
Oh my god.
But and then I watched Spirit of the Way, of course. Fucking love that movie.
Of course.
And Howl's Moving Castle. I'm still trying to get to all the Studio Ghibli movies, but those are the two I've watched, and I've loved both of them to death. Definitely think Spirit of the Way is a more finished and better movie, but Howl's Moving Castle is also really cute. We had to look up why she wasn't old, but was old, but had white hair, but wasn't old. It actually has to do with the original story. Is that the spell wore off a long time ago, and it actually was just her cognition of her how old she was.
Oh wow!
So that's why when she was sleeping, she was normal because the spell wasn't working, and whenever they were having a conversation or whatnot, where she was feeling like in love, she would look like a normal age. It wasn't symbolism. It was actually like what was happening, which is very strange that Howell didn't really like say anything about it.
Yeah, like that would have been perfect,
like,
just to be like,
yeah, like, hey, by the way, what the fuck is up with you? Like, why? What the fuck?
Yeah.
But anyway, I think that's everything I tried to watch. I tried to watch Hyperdimension Neptunia, the anime adaptation, which I thought, because I remember seeing Neptune constantly, and I'm like, this is a weird fan service anime. Let's try it out. I remember laughing my ass off at like 2 a.m. watching the first episode and never coming back because Neptune was such a fucking troll.
Oh my god!
And it was hilarious. But the thing was, it was so fan servicey and weird that I couldn't get through it seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, the comedy was there, and I wasn't going to take it seriously regardless. But the whole like all the boobs and the transformations were just.
Of course.
But yeah, what was your first anime?
Okay, my first anime, I strongly remember this, and it will always hold a special place in my heart, even if people will criticize it harshly to this day because of how it was. My first anime was Naruto.
Naruto.
And hear me out when I say this. The reason I love the anime so much is because back then Naruto was such a relatable character to me. He was a kid who didn't have a lot of people around him, but still found a way to like persevere, make a name for himself, and eventually hit his dream. And honestly, from middle school to high school, I felt that on such a spiritual level. Like middle school, I was trying to find my place. I didn't really have a lot of friends. Like I kind of tried to just make some kind of name for myself, put myself out there somehow. High school, I was still feeling the same way until my sophomore year. I started playing football, and that took me off. That was my becoming the Hokage moment. Just like joining football, getting all my friends, being more social, being a better person overall. It was a coming of age thing for me, and that's why I'll always hold a special place in my heart for that.
See, with Kirito, like with me, with my first anime, and I related to Kirito in a very more simple manner. Not really related, but aspired to be him because he was good at video games and he got bitches. That was pretty much it.
That's all you need in life. Be good at video games.
That's kind of the funny thing is that the criticism, one of the criticisms about Sword Art Online is that Kirito is kind of bland. He's just good at video games and gets the bitches. But that's kind of like the aesthetic of, or not the aesthetic, but the a lot of animes have that theme, and that's fine. I forget what it's called.
Nerf Kirito.
But yeah, Nerf Kirito. He's way too sexy. I mean, not really, but to the girls in the writing, yes,
yeah.
Like yes. And I remember liking him as a character because I'm like, he's really cool and good at video games. And here, I'm gonna wait till he starts talking about something. Okay, that's so cute. Can you send that to me so I can put it up on the podcast just in case someone's not actually watching the video feed? Because that's adorable. It's like a dog. It's like a. Is it a bear? Is that a cub?
No, it's a Pomeranian.
Aww.
Just as Paddington.
Oh, okay.
That is a Pomeranian.
Well, it's that.
Okay, so
Naruto.
All right, no. So we're. Do you need anything else to say about Sword Art Online or anything like that, or can we go to the next topic?
No, not really. Just I've never watched Naruto. That's all I really got to say about.
I recommend
that
it.
show.
I mean, I still think it's good to this day, but that might be because of the nostalgia.
Gender Ben Jitsu. That's all I know about it.
My God.
My boy just turns
gender
into...
Ben Jitsu. It's sexy jutsu.
Is it sexy jutsu?
Yes, that is actually what it's called.
Okay, please move on.
Okay, moving on.
What a way to end this topic.
Of course. All right, so our third topic today is going to be favorite music that we both have.
Yeah.
I'm more apt at real life music. My buddy Jake here is more apt in video game music and other soundtracks from TV shows and stuff like that. So what are you gonna say?
Also, just want to mention, don't directly say what the next topic is. It's always cool to just kind of segue into it naturally.
Okay.
I don't. We'll probably keep this in. I just wanted to let you know for next time.
All right, that's fine. Okay, so
we're improving, guys.
Yeah,
this is a learning experience for all of us. Guy.
So basically, some of my favorite music is my parents or my mom mostly. She was. Get that away from me!
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Hold on. I'll send it to you after the podcast, and I'm probably gonna put it up again.
Okay.
But I can't even describe what she just showed me. It was terrifying.
You looked over at the wrong moment.
I just saw that, and I'm like, what? Okay, moving on. So, music.
Okay. So, my mom she grew up in the 80s and 90s, so naturally I picked up on a lot of the 80s and 90s music.
Yep.
Honestly, like, a lot of, like, the main bands that I know are, like, Journey, Led Zeppelin, Guns N' Roses, Aerosmith, like, you name it from 80s and 90s, I most likely know it. I know there's a lot of smaller bands and many others that I didn't list, but honestly, you could probably put in the comments any band from the 80s and 90s, and I will know them. And this kind of segues into what the next thing I'm talking about is, and that is, and this is gonna hit you from left field because you're not gonna understand why I'm like linking this up at first, Jake.
Okay.
Ninja Sex Party.
All right.
Ninja Sex Party is a band by Dan Avidan and I can't even remember what the hell Brian's last name is. I just call him Ninja Brian.
Yeah, well, I mean, Ninja Brian is just kind of his persona.
So two guys basically created a band called Ninja Sex Party.
Danny's last name isn't Sexbang, it's Avidan.
Yeah. Danny Sexbang and Ninja Brian.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. Here's the real truth behind it. So Brian's last name is actually Sexbang, and he just kind of took it because Dan was like, dude, that's an awesome last name. So that's what they actually use.
You heard it here first. The truth. Okay.
It's complete bullshit. I made it up.
Shut up. They don't need to know that.
I mean, I was just trying to fuck with you, honestly.
Whatever. So yeah, Ninja Sex Party is, like I said, they come out with mainly comedy songs. Their new album that they came out with, honestly, is fantastic. Like, it has like the 3 songs that they haven't put out the album yet. It comes out on the 17th, but at the time we're recording this, it comes out on August 17th. But the 3 songs that they put out for it, Danny Don't You Know, Cool Patrol, and Heart Boner are like my
Cool
3.
Patrol was on there?
Yeah.
I thought Cool Patrol was like way long ago.
No, I think that was they only released a solo thing from it, if I remember correctly. Because the name of the album is Cool Patrol.
Is it actually Cool Patrol?
Yeah,
huh.
That's the name of the album.
But that's like my favorite song from Ninja Sex Party, on top of No Reason Boner.
Oh, of course.
No Reason Boner is one of my favorites.
But yeah, they mainly came up with comedy songs, but they did a couple albums called Under the Covers, and that was Danny doing covers of famous like 80s and 90s songs.
Dude, I just got it.
There you
Under
go.
the Covers,
there you go.
And he's doing covers.
There you go.
Oh my god. I didn't eat my vitamins today.
Oh my god. But yeah, like he did. I'm trying to remember some of the songs.
That had nothing to do with the fact that I just realized that. I just remembered I looked over and saw my daily multivitamin. I forgot to mention in my introduction that I'm ADD and it's very prevalent throughout my daily activities.
Okay, so some of the...
And you can kind of tell when I cut off Connor and talk about stuff. Yeah, you know what, Connor? Shut up. I don't care.
No.
Please continue. I love you.
Love you too.
I'm going to eat my vitamin without any water.
You're such a devil. But anyways,
And it tastes gross.
Some of the songs that they did from the 80s and 90s. They did Take On Me. I know there's a couple other ones. Let me look at this whole
This is
album
a bad
here.
idea. I'll be back in a second.
They did
Keep talking.
They did Take On Me, Everybody Wants to Rule the World, Your Love.
I don't know.
Jump. That's another really, really good one. Wish You Were Here. That's another one that I really like. And then they had, like I said, they released 2 albums. And on their second album, they did Africa, More Than a Feeling, Pour Some Sugar on Me, Heat of the Moment, which is probably my favorite song they did from the covers album because the music video that comes with it is absolutely amazing. They teamed up with another smaller band that does a lot of the instrumentals for them named Torp, and I'm actually getting into their music right now. And Torp is honestly, I love the aesthetic that band brings. They're all dressed in these crazy costumes, and it just has a real 80s feel to it, and I feel like that really matches up with Ninja Sex Party very, very well. But like I said, that they make comedy songs too. Danny Don't You Know is probably top 2, if not top song for me, because it's the prevalence of that song is Danny going back in time and talking to his younger self about how awesome he's going to be when he grows up. And in the music video, his younger self is played by Finn Wolfhard, which obviously you Stranger Things fans and It fans and fans of Finn Wolfhard in general are gonna freak out over because he makes such a good
Yep.
young Danny in the music video.
And I was here the whole time, by the way. I was
know
really
you
listening
weren't.
to
I was
what you're
just I
saying.
was just talking.
And I am fully interested in what you're talking about. Please continue.
I was talking about how in Danny, don't you know, Finn Wolfhard was
yeah, Phil Wolfhard, and he's amazing.
He makes such a good young Danny.
I was listening.
Shut up. I know you were gone. I know you were gone drinking water because your vitamins went down the wrong way.
You so choked on my water, actually. We're professional podcasters.
We swear.
Excuse me.
We swear we're professionals at this.
Let me drown my water with more water.
Okay.
I just spilled it on myself. Can we move on from music?
Well, hang on. I want to say Cool Patrol real quick. Cool Patrol is a song that they did with Jacksepticeye, and obviously Markiplier is in it too. Markiplier is more of a background character in this one. Danny and Ninja Sex Party are what is known as the Cool Patrol, and they see Jacksepticeye getting bullied by some other high school kids, even though all these people are full
Sorry,
adults.
I'm gonna cut these out.
Even though these
just ignore me. I'm gonna cut these out.
Okay, that's fine. Even though these people are like full-grown adults, that's part of the joke. And he basically teaches him how to be cool by doing this like ridiculously gay dance. And it is it's the whole music video is hilarious. And Danny,
we'll put the link in the description for all of the, or just Ninja Sex Party's channel.
Yeah, just so you can watch
because they're amazing.
Oh my god!
And I was gonna transition this to our next topic, but also I kind of wanted to touch on my favorite stuff, which consists of a lot of video game music.
Yeah, of course.
And such like that. But the magic about me is that I don't really have a taste in music. I can pretty much listen to anything and enjoy it. It's kind of like going to the library. There's just so many books and there's so much music that I can't really decide and figure out what's good and what's bad because I don't really have a specific taste. I can't really narrow it down. But video game music I hear all the time while I'm playing a game, and I also can relate back to it because I'm like, oh, that's this one time this happened, and then it's like memories, you know?
Yeah.
You make memories with songs and music, and you can have like a song you and your girlfriend listen to, or your ex did, and you're sad about it or whatever. But game music is really easy to relate to and have memories with.
That was really deep, man. I'm proud of you.
Yeah. Also, Ninja Sex Party is fucking amazing.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But that's beside the point. Megalovania.
Oh yeah, Undertale. As much shit as the community gets, it honestly had an amazing soundtrack.
But yeah, and moving on. So we were talking about Ninja Sex Party recently, but we're also gonna talk about YouTubers.
This transitions into YouTubers.
Real quick.
What got us? What wanted us? What made us want to be podcasters and create a YouTube channel? Go ahead, I'll let you start.
So some of my favorite YouTubers consist of inspiration-wise, Video Game Donkey. I often use him as a source of quality, like a quality check for myself whenever I make a video. Like, is this donkey quality? Which is really good on him because I use his videos as comparison to mine to see if they're good enough to put on the channel. Because I think his are so consistently good and funny and such a freeform style, and he makes it look so easy. But I think he's a really cool dude. Even, I don't know what I was going to say even if about, but he's a good YouTuber. I love the Game Grumps as well, and I know Connor does too.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he also Donkey as well. But Aaron and Dan is runs Ninja Sex Party, and Aaron has his own band, Starbomb. I love both of these people, and it's so cool that they do a show together like that.
And honestly,
they're just like,
yeah, go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, they have a lot of good things to, like, a lot of smart things to say on top of the really stupid shit they talk about. If you ever want to get into Game Grumps, I would look up a best moments compilation of Pokemon Fire Red, because that's like one of their best playthroughs. In my opinion, that's like a great one to start on, because it was just hilarious the whole way through, pretty much.
And honestly, if you want to see some of their, in my opinion at least, some of their best moments, one was Dead or Alive when they were in the casino, and Aaron was hell-bent on landing 23.
Oh, 23.
And he goes through so many times of failure, and he eventually hits it, and Danny and Aaron go ape shit once he hits it.
Oh my god, it was incredible. Like, I went ape shit.
Yeah, and then another one that I just recently rediscovered was when they were playing Wheel of Fortune, and in a span of like 7 minutes or something like that, they got like 6 or 7 loser turns and bankrupts. And it was like a prophecy. Like for the last one, I remember Dan was like, "Here, watch this. I'm gonna lose a turn. I'm gonna lose a turn." And you just see it happen. Dan loses his shit. Aaron's cracking up in the background. Like,
oh, it was fantastic. Yeah,
they feed off of each other very well, and honestly, that's something we really admire in them.
And the elephant in the room as well, the John era, quote unquote, when it all started. I honestly think they were also really funny. I just physically don't prefer one way or another. They were just funny in different ways.
Yeah.
Aaron and John got really angry with each other, and not the same way Dan and Aaron do, like legit anger, but it was funny in a way because they were still friends, and they bounced off each other well, but just in a very different way. Dan's a lot more chill, and they even each other out a lot better.
Honestly, I think with Aaron and Danny, they fit the personas of Grump and Not So Grump way better. Because honestly,
John is still just Grump.
Yeah, but you can honestly tell that, like, whenever Danny's playing something, he'll be the Grump that episode, Aaron will be the Not So Grump, and then when Aaron plays something like Sonic and the Black Knight, you can immediately tell that Aaron's going to be the Grump, and Dan's going to be the Not So Grump who's just hysterically laughing in the background.
Yeah, and very rarely Dan will be the Grump.
Oh, but I've seen some episodes where Danny gets mad. Like I think Wacky World of Golfing was a game that I've seen him probably get his most mad at, like his most upset at.
Yeah.
Like did you ever watch that one? That series that they put on?
Wait, sorry. I have okay, so I also have short-term memory loss. I should bring this up because I fucking have no idea what you just said. I process it in my head and then it just went out the other ear.
Okay, the Wacky World of Golfing for the Game Grumps. Did you ever watch that?
Oh my god, yes.
That was
so
probably the one time I've seen Danny get. Oh, Danny and Aaron both got mad in that episode, if I remember.
But Danny was broken.
Oh my god, Danny was. Well, Aaron too, when they hit the submarine level, and he hit it in so many different ways. He's just like, there's no way. It's impossible. And then at the beginning of the next episode, he just hits it straight and it goes through. And then Danny comes from the other room, and they're both celebrating. It's just good time.
But yeah, Game Grumps really good. Who else is there?
If you ever want to watch somebody torture themselves playing one of the harder games that I've ever played, Dark Souls.
I was just about to say Zero Lenny.
You know, Zero Lenny. He does a text to speech voice over the entire commentary of Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3, doing just only using a
as
broken
well as Bloodborne
of course.
And Demon Souls, but you know,
only using a broken straight sword.
Yeah, he's fucking insane, and I could never do it. I know you tried to do it, and. How did that go?
I tried to do it for Dark Souls 3, and I hit a wall when I got to Yorm the Giant.
Yorm the Giant, you gotta get the Storm Ruler, man. Like,
no, I'm not.
I don't care who the fuck you are.
Listen, if I'm gonna do a broken straight sword run, I'm gonna beat every single boss with a broken straight sword, even if that means I have to take down a giant using nothing but basically a wet tissue.
Yeah, and I remember trying to do it and going to Udex Gundyr with my bare hands. And I really just immediately figured out that it was an endurance run and not really something that I have. I don't have patience. I liked Bloodborne a lot because it's very aggressive and it catered to my playstyle a lot.
Yeah.
Which, Bloodborne was my first Souls game and I blew through it in a week. And then Dark Souls 3 came around, I played it, and I hit a wall pretty hard. It's just that Bloodborne was really good for my playstyle, and I got through it really easy.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I think that's why they put it in, because it's like, here, we have this game that caters way more to attacking than it does defending. And all the Dark Souls games, you need to have way more patience, and you can't just run
I think
through
Dark
it.
Souls 3 got a happy balance, though.
Oh, yeah, it definitely did.
But,
like, there's times where you need to be, like, aggressive with some of these bosses.
Not to derail too much, of course. We are over the hour mark, and...
well, that's fine. It's our first episode, so it's like...
And of course we can go over. I'm just saying, like, if we derail on every single thing, we're going to be here for 3 hours.
Well, we're not gonna be here for 3 hours because we're moving on to our last topic, and we've only been here for an hour.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
Honestly, like an hour and a half, I feel like would be like a good episode time. Like honestly.
Yeah, and that's perfectly fine. I'm just saying, like we'll talk about. I guess we'll talk more about video games and Dark Souls and such in a later episode.
Okay.
So let's not go too far into that, so we can use it later.
All right, I'm good with that.
later and have more freedom to talk about it. Is basically what I'm saying.
Okay.
So Zero Lenny, huge inspiration to us. Who else is there? I'm trying to think because I have a lot of people I love. Camila Cuevas is an amazing YouTuber, and not because I don't really inspire to do what she does because she's an animator, not a podcaster or gamer. Well, I guess she is a gamer because she makes Undertale animations, but she makes a series called Glitch Tale, which is extremely in depth and kind of its own story, honestly, as it gets better, and you can see the animation quality increase episode by episode, and it's just really become a really special thing for me and a lot of my friends. I really like that series, and I highly recommend it.
Okay. I can respect that.
I'm like, yeah, anything to add on to that? Bucko?
Not really with that, because I haven't gotten a chance to watch Glitch Tale myself, but I mean other YouTubers that honestly have been an inspiration to us. And mostly when I say inspiration, I mean just we have the same dumb sense of humor. Like I remember the first time Jake showed me it's a YouTuber named Burb, and I'm sure a lot of you, or at least some of you, will know who we're talking about. I remember Jake showing me for the first time it was either 911 or like a police call or something like that.
It was the 911 one.
It was the 911
he's being
one.
robbed.
He was, mind you, his characters are all portrayed by birds, like little tiny fat birds that he draws, and he like, oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Is there anything you need?
Let's not go into too much detail here.
Let's
not like completely reverb the whole episode. I don't think people need to hear that. But
sorry,
great YouTuber.
Yeah,
I know we like to quote shit.
I get excited. We like to
keep
quote shit. I
understand.
understand.
I'm like we need to keep up some kind of flow here.
Yeah, I gotcha. And then one other one that I do like to. This is more of a YouTuber I just like to watch, and I love what he does. It's Markiplier, honestly. Like I love the way he plays video games.
I respect him.
He's just a good guy in general, honestly.
Yeah, I personally don't watch a lot of his content, but I think he's an amazing person and a great man. Also, I like how he is my friend's free pass, quote unquote. Like, she has a boyfriend, but if she saw Markiplier and she got the chance, he would understand because he is a hottie.
He's a good looking guy. All right.
But
was there
not for me because I'm not gay, but
what was there anything else you wanted to add on to the YouTubers thing, or was that it?
I know I have like more. It would just slap me in the side.
Oh my god.
That's why I stopped.
All right. I mean, unless there was any like significant ones, I think that would probably be it.
I know, but I feel like I have more. That's the thing. Jake Paul is a big inspiration to me. No, okay, we can move on now.
Don't do that.
I'm
okay.
joking.
So, this whole episode, you basically just been kind of getting to learn our likes, dislikes, what we appreciate about different animes, shows, YouTubers, music. Like it's like I said, it's been an introduction. Now we're basically gonna try. This will be our first run at really, really discussing something and having like a true, not an argument, but a true discussion and like a debate, if you will. The topic today is going to be our opinions on Battle Royale games. What do they do right?
Fortnite is a good game.
You didn't even let me finish. That's just rude.
That's my opinion. It's over.
What do they do right and what do they do wrong? And honestly, I have some good points to make about this,
but
I'll let you start since you're so willing to jump the
gun. That's not a thing. By the way,
the default dance.
Yeah, no. So actually, though, I played PUBG a long time ago. I voice cracked. Sorry. So I played PUBG a while ago, got into it for a bit, and eventually kind of got bored. I thought it was kind of bullshit. Like I get shot from a million miles away and instantly die by a sniper I couldn't see, and that's just really annoying. Not to mention the game breaking glitches and such. And for a while, Fortnite started showing up on the radar, which pissed me off as a content creator because it seemed like it pretty much just felt like a bootleg of PUBG at first glance, but it was free, so it was getting more of a community and more of a following because it was free. But it was free, and me and Connor are always trying to find games to play together. So we decided to get PUBG. We tried to get we decided to get Fortnite.
No, we did get PUBG.
We tried to get PUBG.
Yeah.
I was gonna say we did try to get PUBG, but I gifted it to him for his birthday, and his computer couldn't run it, so we had to refund it.
My laptop had a stroke trying to run that game.
Yeah, it was
bad.
It was certainly it was a fun time though. But we got Fortnite, and I immediately started to realize that I liked the game a lot more than PUBG. Like, even though it totally jumped on the bandwagon, and it has really gross microtransactions, and the skins are $20, and everything is just like so tantalizing, but yet so much money. It felt evil, you know. It felt like kind of like EA kind of manipulation. But the game is free, so it's understandable that this stuff would cost so much money, because that's how you get them.
Yeah,
you know?
that's how they make their money.
With a free game with no like direct upgrades, you have to have like cosmetics. It's like TF2, which I got into, and the game is free. Yet I've spent like $400 on it between 11 and 14, I think.
Yeah.
Pretty much all my earnings went into TF2 because I had a gambling problem, something like that. Well, no, because I buy something and then I end up selling it for something else, but then I wanted something else, and then I buy it. I sold my Australian flamethrower, which, if you don't know, Australian in TF2 means it's golden.
And that was like the want to get thing. Like, if you got one of those, you were
a god. Yeah,
you were pretty lucky.
But it was $40, so I sold it. I remember I got scammed, but I don't want to talk about that. I got scammed out of my unusual, which is one of the. It was a crown for demo night with a really good unusual effect, and I sold it for a I forget what it's called, but it was really shitty and like way worse. And then I sold, which was worth like 100 keys still. This thing was worth like 100 keys. I think I sold it for 6. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to talk about it. I was a dumb negotiator, and I just saw keys and I got excited. But yeah, I definitely got scammed to shit there. Yeah. And I really should have just kept it. When I got older, I kind of understood that. I still, even though I don't play the game anymore and I sold most of my stuff because I don't play it anymore, I have a professional kill streak Strange Sandman that I purposely made not tradable so I couldn't trade it away.
That was smart.
And I still can't trade it away even though I don't play the game anymore. Which is smart because I would never get rid of it. And I did spend a lot of resources and time and some money into that. But okay, so we're derailing here. So we played Fortnite.
Yeah.
And despite all of these things, I started to enjoy it a lot. But I thought the feedback for shooting was good. The fact that they're all cartoons makes it a lot easier to see who's shooting at you and where.
The map is a lot
smaller, of positive feedback, and the map is a lot smaller. Just vehicles aren't required. I mean, they have golf carts now, which is fucking. But I mean, it's whatever. I like the shopping carts though; those are fun.
Oh, those are so much fun. You just have your friend riding in the front while you push it from the back, and just guns blazing, riding in a tilted towers.
However, Fortnite's community is terrible, as you all know. Like, it's a free game, so obviously the mainstream is going to hit it really hard, and the 12-year-olds are going to hit it even harder. But it's just really frustrating for at least me, and Connor too sometimes feels this. It's just like we go into a game and no matter what, we're kind of doomed from the start because we don't try very hard, and the current meta in the game, everyone keeps getting better. As a game stays out for longer, everyone keeps improving and figuring out new things. Everyone we run into is a professional at the game and knows how to build perfectly, and building is really annoying in general. I think the game would be a lot better without it, even though it's a staple, and I know they can't remove it. And I know the game would be a lot worse without the building.
Yeah.
But yeah, it can be really frustrating sometimes for me, especially since we play on console, and I'm much more of a PC person. Because Connor, you know what? That's a good segue to say it. That's why we called this cross-platform.
Yeah, because I'm a lot more comfortable on console. Overall, Jake is a lot more comfortable on PC. But honestly, I want to make a point as to what you said. Honestly, I think the building that could honestly stay with Fortnite, because I feel like that's a way for traversing, a way for defense and stuff like that. One thing I do think they need to take out of the game, and this may drum up some controversy, just take the shotguns out of the game, 100%.
Okay, are you memeing or are you serious?
No, seriously, just take the shotguns out of the game, 100%. Like, I think if
I've actually not had I haven't had as much of a problem with shotguns lately as I used to.
But hear me out, because it's such a gamble when you pick that gun up. Because you're either going to shoot at somebody, you're either going to get 9 damage or like 200. I have very rarely gotten an in between. I've either done minimal damage to somebody,
They are
or I've gotten an
inconsistent.
insta kill.
I can agree with that. I have heard the story though that people wanted them to nerf shotguns for a very long time, and when they did, it didn't really work. So they put it back, and they kind of realized the underlying problem was actually the building in the game,
Yeah.
which it forced you into close combat because of how the building works. So they made less materials drop and stuff like that.
I
and
have noticed that.
It's definitely made the game better as a result, and it's more balanced now. And I haven't had as much problem with shotguns lately, for better or for worse. I just kind of don't use them whenever possible.
Yeah.
Because the pump, as good as it is, will get me killed more times than not.
Honestly, yeah, whenever I see a shotgun, unless it's like attack shotgun, and I know I'm going to be able to get a couple bullets out in a span of a gunfight, I won't pick it up.
Yeah, I've been preferring the tactical shotgun even when we thought the pump was OP. Like, when you miss a shot with the pump or you don't finish somebody off with it, you're fucked.
Yeah,
Like,
honestly.
it's over. And I think, I just want to mention this really, I feel like this is super cringy. Not because we're cringy, but because we're talking about Fortnite.
Yeah.
Which says a lot about the game's community. like this game's community consists of a lot of 12-year-olds. It has a really bad rap, but if you ignore all of that, it's actually a pretty solid game. Like, I think it's got a lot of smart things about it, and it's actually better than PUBG. Even though I'm still a little salty about it, kind of stealing the idea and jumping on the bandwagon. But at the same time, PUBG stole Battle Royale from Minecraft Hunger Games, so thank you, everybody.
Actually, this is a point I wanted to make earlier. Are we gonna forget the original Battle Royale, which was Kirby Air Ride 4-person versus on the city map?
the city, fuck, dude.
Are we gonna forget the original Battle Royale?
That's not a Battle Royale.
That is 100% a Battle Royale. You ride around.
It's 4 people.
Shut up.
You ride, and then you end it in a mini game.
You ride around in this mini star. You can upgrade and get better. No, shut up. You can upgrade and get better vehicles. No, I'm talking. You can get better vehicles. You can get power-ups. There's random events that happen that can influence a game, and it all ends with a 4-person battle to the death at the end, which is a race. Thank you.
It doesn't always have to be a
race. The podcast can end.
No,
it's game over.
No, wait. No, stop. I think we can all agree before we end this, though. It was a good fucking game mode, though. That was incredible. I like that.
Loved that game mode.
Thank you for ending the podcast on that note, because I am thinking about the city mode now, and I'm happy.
It was such a good game mode. I loved it.
I wish more games had that kind of mode. But
was there anything?
Yeah,
else?
this has been.
Was there anything else you wanted to talk
This has been fucking. No.
Okay. I think we can call that a wrap.
I think Fortnite was our base thing. So I hope you guys enjoyed our first episode here. We're going to keep trying to do this on a consistent schedule here. And we hope to see you guys again. Thank you for joining us on this full episode. If you're still watching,
yeah,
honestly, appreciate your time.
Honestly,
and we hope you enjoyed it.
Honestly, if you made it this far, I'm actually happy that you made it this far, because we do tend to ramble. Obviously, it's our first attempt at this. We will get better in the future. We'll get a little bit more stable with how we transition things. But honestly, like I said, this is just like you guys getting to know us, how we run things, basically how our friendship is.
And
yeah, go ahead.
If you have made it to the end of this video, first of all, thank you. Second of all, this isn't to get the algorithm to favor us or whatnot. When people say leave a comment and see if you like grass, and if you don't like grass, also leave a comment. If you watch to the end here and you want to, it would be really nice if you guys can leave us some feedback, good or bad, in the comments, and see how we can improve. I'm always one to take criticism very seriously, and I hope Connor will too. You better. Because
honestly, I'm expecting like 95% of it to be negative.
I mean, no, I think we did pretty good. I think this was pretty good, and it's a good start.
It's a good start and a long way, boys. Stick around for the next episode. Next week, we're going to be talking about 5 Fortnite YouTubers who've shitted.
No, we're not going to talk about that. It's over. Just end it, dude. It's over.
All right, guys. We'll see you guys in the next episode. Thanks for sticking around. We love y'all.
Yeah.
Peace.
Yeah. See ya. Whatever. Fuck you guys. Follow me on Twitter.